It does work. Hello, everybody. How are we all? Apologies, I was just checking whether my new Stream Deck was working, and apparently it is. So I just need to figure out how I can mute myself. So if I do that, then in theory, that's voice mod. That doesn't tell me where my... No, maybe I'll delete that. How about that? I think that's just voice mod. Okay. Yay! Oh, that's something I need to set up, actually. You've just reminded me. I need to set up my... Oh my gosh, where did that just come from? That was weird. That was really weird, actually. How are you? Hopefully you're doing well. Yeah, sorry, I was just playing around with my Steam Deck, so I don't really know whether you can see it. Ta-da! It came from my inner clown. You're mad as hell. Oh no, why are you mad as hell? What happened? Well, hopefully, some incredibly funny AI stories will help cheer you up. So I will let you kind of have a go at doing the first one. So, so we can fill in the entire form with random ideas. Should we do that to start with? Oh my god. He's put our thing as Dick Humble. This is gonna be great. I think it may actually be my voice mod that is being the issue. Pre-ordered Hogwarts Legacy should have gotten early access 7 hours ago, but have to wait another day because they bias towards console and console players are already playing it. See, this is the thing that I don't understand, right? I pre-ordered it. I have it on console. I have it on my PS5. I downloaded it. I can download it, but the moment I go to play it, let me see if it's still the case. It still has the timer. But because it had the what's it called to say it was pre-ordered, I was like, yeah. So for mine it says playable in 4 hours, 13 minutes, and 11 seconds. So the only thing I can think of is that this is people that are ahead time wise. Pre-order for the PS5. Lucky, yes. So I had a bonus a while ago for all of my incredibly hard work. So I decided that I was going to treat myself to it. We can't even preload it, so we have to download. Yeah, this is the thing I don't understand. Like, unless it's not PS5, maybe it's PS4. I don't really know. Because I heard that people were already playing it. So I was like, okay, well, that's fine. I'll boot it up. And I saw that I could download it. And I was like, great. I downloaded it over the weekend. And then, yeah, that was kind of it. Not to mention all the exclusive PS players are getting. I can't really say anything because I've got a load of exclusives. But I tell you what, should we go make a funny AI generated story so you can laugh at it? With our protagonist as male and called Dick Humble. You know it's gonna be. It's still unfair. It is still unfair. Please. Let's go. Let's go with it. Oh my gosh. Write me a short story. Dick Humble was thinking about James Blunder again. James was a wild hero with fragile elbows and dirty abs. Dick walked over to the window and reflected on his snooty surroundings. He had always loved sunny Los Angeles with its defiant, deafening ditches. It was a place that encouraged his tendency to feel surprised. Then he saw something in the distance, or rather, someone. It was a wild figure of James Blunder. Dick gulped. He glanced at his own reflection. He was a delightful, cowardly squash drinker. Right, okay. What's going to happen now is make a story for Annie Erection. Annie Erection. I get it. I'm going to create a story. Not using this, but I am making it a mission in my life to create a story where Squash Drinker is his main character traits. With curvy elbows and pointy abs. His friends saw him as a brainy, blue-eyed brute. Once he had even helped an enthusiastic old man cross the road. But not even a delightful person who had once helped an enthusiastic old man cross the road was prepared for what James had in store today. The snow flurried like... Sorry, I've got a bit of a cold coming on. The snow flurried like partying horses. Gotta watch out for them party horses, making Dick unstable. Dick grabbed a ripped newspaper that had been strewn nearby. He massaged it with his fingers. Oh my god, okay, so that's fine. As Dick stepped outside and James came closer, he could see a rich glint in his eye. I am here because I want internet access, James bellowed. Oh, I shouldn't have done it in that thing. In an optimistic tone, he slammed his fist against Dick's chest with the force of 1,327 guppies. I friggin' love you, Dick, humble. Dick looked back, even more unstable and still fingering the ripped newspaper. James, I'm in love with you, he replied. They looked at each other with ambivalent feelings. Like two plain plastic pigeons boating at a very virtuous birthday party, which had orchestral music playing in the background and two courageous uncles walking to the beat. Dick regarded James' fragile elbows and dirty abs. He held out his hand. Let's not fight, he whispered gently. When were they fighting? Huh? Pondered James. Please, begged Dick with puppy dog eyes. James looked sparkly, his body blushing like a stagnant, smelly sandwich. And dairy after fingering there. Then James came inside for a nice beaker of squash. Auto praise for wild James Blunder. I feel like I know Dick Humble. In a way, it feels as though I've always known him. About as enjoyable as being hailed on whilst taking in washing that has been targeted by seagulls with the squids. I'm going to use that phrase. I am determined to use that phrase. I have found this about as enjoyable as being hailed on whilst taking in washing that has been targeted by seagulls with the squibs. Because that tells somebody that is a fantastic way of telling somebody, not only did I not enjoy this, I extremely didn't enjoy this. I think it's my voicemail. Let me try and take a look. There we go. See if that helps. I could do better. Alright. Generate new. Oh my god, movie script. Let's generate a movie script. Overcoming the monster. Choose 3 locations. Moon, pick 3 locations. You get to pick 3 locations. Bend over, yeah. So we've got... Oh, no, okay, right. So we've got Narnia, La La Land, and Closet. Right, so we've got... So who did you have? We had Annie Erection first, so I think we can put in Annie Erection. We need 2 words, gentle and considerate. But yeah, send it back to the closet. It's 2000 again. Job and navigator. Okay, so we need a psychic. So the sidekick we will have man Gina, who is a male. Oh, I didn't. Delightful, generous, and a private detective. That should be fun. And a love interest. So the love interest is going to be Ben Dover. Oh. Male, grateful, thoughtful, and a homemaker, and an enemy. We need an enemy now. Who can we have? Dixon Cider. Dixon Cider. I'm gonna have that as a female. Deranged, hungry, and a mechanic. A bad guy mechanic. Right, should we do the rest of it as auto generate? Oh, hello, I've got a cat on. Come in to join me now. Hungry. Yes. Let's go for tentacle monster, yeah. Weapon that could be used to defeat that monster, plural, swords, arrows. Oh my gosh. I don't know whether I could put... I'll try it, but I don't know if I can put that. No, 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 kitty. No. Something precious. E.g. necklace, ring. No, kitty. I definitely do. I tell you, I'll just put ring. Because I definitely don't think we'd be able to do that. An adjective to describe the precious object. I'll tell you what then, I'll put that as plastic. There we go. A vegetable. Look at this kitty. Look at him. Being naughty. Cucumber. Cucumber. The protagonist's favourite type of sweet. What's a suspicious sweet? What do you think? Spotted dick. Ah, we could go with spotted dick.
Just a bit ago.
Yeah, I can try. Type of music. We're creating auto AI generated story.
All right. The type of music.
They are amazingly hilarious. The last person's character trait was they were a squash drinker.
Squash drinker. Collects pegs.
Don't be shy, introduce your man. You say that.
Hi.
It
I look
defaults.
so pretty.
You do look pretty.
I always look pretty.
Aha.
Can you see okay? You got enough light?
Hmm.
Okay.
Filter up, yeah. He rocks it. Type of music. I don't know about music. We'll go with jazz.
No, you should make it like Christian metal.
Christian rock metal, heavy metal, death metal.
Christian death metal. That's hilarious.
A group of victims, plural, e.g., children or swimmers.
Victims?
Yeah, we're doing we're doing a film plot.
Nuns.
Nuns. Oh god, what would happen if you leave children?
But nuns.
Nuns. Dan wants nuns. Something bad the monster might do to its victims, e.g., eat, hit, rob.
Perturb.
Mildly perturb. Yeah, I'm doing it.
Inconvenience.
Mildly perturb. Hey Bleach, how are you? An embarrassing secret you might reveal at a weak moment, e.g., I'm afraid of sausages. My middle name is Keith.
No, my real name is Keith.
My real name is Keith. What do you think? My real name is Keith. There we go. I'm finally not sure. My name is Jeff. Yes, my name is Jeff. I'm good. How are you? I'm good, thank you. Had a nice break. Ready to get back into it. So I decided that because I wanted to jump into Hogwarts Legacy tomorrow, I didn't want to start any new games because I imagine that a lot of my time is going to be very heavily weighted towards that. So I figured I would do something a little bit silly.
I'm really intrigued to see what will happen in the story. Quite invested.
And the reason that I picked specifically AI generated stories.
Jeff isn't embarrassing.
What?
Jeff isn't embarrassing.
Yeah, but it's my name is Jeff.
No, Keith is embarrassing.
No, they put that. Pet name Kumgus. I don't know if I could put that, but
Kumgus.
There we go. But yeah, so the reason that I picked this is because at work at the moment we've had a lot of concern raised about AI generated essays. So particularly Chat GPT, but unfortunately that's at capacity at the moment, so I couldn't go and have a look and see what I could do. So write me a movie script. So because of that, too many missing variables. Please go back. No. Oh wait, no, it did. It did. It saved it. That's fine. What's missing?
Oh, look.
Oh, sweet. Oh, do I have to put? I'll tell you what. Annie, China, Ben, Do, Dix, Cider. See if that works. Deranged tentacle. The AI is missing its coding. It's for some reason you have to put something in every box, and because we missed a lot of middle names. Internal Narnia afternoon. A gentle navigator and the Rection is arguing with delightful homemaker Ben Dover. Nee tries to hug Doe, but he shakes her off. Nee, please Doe, don't leave me. Say this story. I'm sorry, Nee, but I'm looking for someone a bit more brave. Someone who faces her fear head on instead of running away. Nee, I am such a person. Doe frowns. Doe. I'm sorry, Nee. I just don't feel excited by this relationship anymore. Doe leaves. Nee sits down looking defeated. Moments later, grateful private detective Manny Gina barges in looking flustered. Goodness, Nee, is everything okay? I'm afraid not. Please don't. Please don't leave me. Do I leave or not make up your mind? What is it? Don't keep me in suspense. It's a tentacle. I saw a tentacle, an evil tentacle, mildly perturb a bunch of. I wasn't ready for that. I genuinely really wasn't ready for that. I saw an evil tentacle mildly perturb a bunch of nuns. Defenseless nuns. Yes, defenseless nuns. Bloomin' Eckney, we've got to do something. You could tell me where this happened. I was. Nee fans himself and begins to wheeze. That was me about 20 seconds ago. Focus, Nee, focus. Where did it happen? La La Land. That's right, La La Land. Nee springs up and begins to run. Oh my gosh, how long is this? Nee rushes along the street, followed by Nee. They take a shot. I'm gonna forget which one of these is which. They take a shortcut through some back gardens, jumping fences along the way. On Cider, a deranged tentacle monster terrorizes two nuns. Niece closely follows by Nee, rushing towards On, but suddenly stops in her tracks. What is it? What's the matter? What is the matter? That's not just any old tentacle. That's On Cider. Who's On Cider? Who's on cider? Who's on cider? Only the most deranged tentacle in the universe. Blinking knickers. We're going to need some help if we're going to stop the most deranged tentacle in the universe. I'm going to need banana. Lots of banana. On turns and sees Nee and Nee. She grins an evil grin. Nee erection. We meet again. We've met? Yes. It was a long, long time ago. Oh dear Lord. A young Nee is sitting in a park listening to some Christian death metal music. This is my kind of child. When suddenly a dark shadow casts over her, she looks up and sees On. She takes off her headphones. Would you like some spotted dick? Nee's eye lights up, but then he studies On more closely and looks uneasy. I don't know. You look kind of deranged. And that, kids, is how you start a story. Me? No, I'm not deranged. I'm the least deranged tentacle in the world. Wait, you're a tentacle? Nee runs away screaming. You were a coward then. Did Virgin. People in glass houses. So exactly. It's nice enough to offer you some spotted date. What are you doing? Also, hi. How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. Welcome to random AI generated hilarity stories. You were a coward then, and you are a coward now. You ran away? To Nee, I was a young child. What was I supposed to do? I may have to run from you then, but I won't run away. I may have run from you then, but I won't run away this time. Nee runs away. She turns back and shouts, I mean, I am running away, but I'll be back with bananas. I'm not scared of you. You should be. Closet later that day. Nee and Nee walk around searching for something. I feel sure I left my banana somewhere around here. Are you sure? It does seem like an odd place to keep a deadly banana. You know nothing, Nee Ginger. Nee Gina. We've been searching for ages. I really don't think they're here. Suddenly On appears, holding a pair of banana. Looking for something? Crikey, Nee, she's got your banana. Tell me something I don't know. The Earth's circumference at the equator is around 40,075 kilometers. I know that already. My real name is Jeff. Dude. Whilst On is looking at Nee with disgust, Nee lunges forward and grabs her deadly banana. That sounds so wrong. He wields them triumphantly. Prepared to die, you deranged cucumber. You can really tell that the AI was fed into by horny people. Absolutely. No, please, all I did was mildly perturb a bunch of nuns. I can hear Dan laugh in the background. Mildly perturbing a bunch of nuns was his idea. Doe enters unseen by any of the others. I cannot tolerate that kind of behaviour. Those nuns were defenceless. Well, now they have a defender, and that's me. Nee Rection, defender of innocent nuns. Don't hurt me, please. Give me one good reason why I shouldn't use these bananas on you right away. Because Nee, I am your mother. Nee looks stunned for a few moments, but then collects herself. No, you're not. Nah, had to be worth a try. On tries to grab the banana, but Nee dodges out of the way. Who's the mummy now? Huh? Unexpectedly, On slumps to the ground. Did she just faint? I think so. Well, that's disappointing. I was rather hoping for a more dramatic conclusion involving my deadly banana. Doing this while you have a bad throat is the worst decision, but also the most hilarious for you guys. Nee crouches over On's body. Be careful, Nee. It could be a trick. It's not a trick. It appears that it would seem On Cider is dead. What? Yes, it appears that I scared her to death. Nee claps his hand. So your banana did save the day after all. Doe steps forward. Is it true? Did you kill the deranged tentacle? Doe, how long have you been? Doe puts his arm around Nee. Long enough. Then you saw it for yourself. I killed On Cider. Then the nuns are safe? It does seem that way. A crowd of vulnerable nuns enter, looking relieved. You are their hero. The nuns bow to Nee. There is no need to bow to me. I seek no worship. The knowledge that On Cider will never mildly perturb nuns ever again is enough for me. You are humble as well as brave. One of the nuns passes Nee a plastic ring. I think they want you to have it as a symbol of their gratitude. I couldn't possibly. Pause. Well, if you insist. Nee takes the ring. Thank you. The nuns bow their heads once more and leave. Nee turns to Doe. Does this mean you want me back? Nee, Nee, of course I want you back. Nee smiles for a few seconds, but then looks defiant. Well, you can't have me. What? You had no faith in me. You had to see me scare a tentacle to death before you would believe in me. I don't want a lover like that.
Can you share that?
Yeah, I can publish it.
You need to share it because I can read it.
But please leave. I want to spend some time with the one person who stayed with me through thick and thin, my best friend, Nee. Nee grins. But you heard the lady. Now be off with you. Skedaddle, shoo. Nee? I'm sorry, Doe, but I think you should skedaddle. Doe leaves. Nee turns to Nee. Did you mean that? You know that I'm your best friend. Of course you are. The two walk off arm in arm. Suddenly Nee stops. When I said my name is Jeff, my real name is Jeff, you know I was just trying to distract the tentacle, don't you? Oh no! Okay, well it doesn't matter. We have it as we have it on stream. Oh my gosh! Right. You didn't save. I couldn't. It only saves for 10 minutes, and I think I spent 10 minutes laughing at it. But it's fine. It's fine. What I will do is I will highlight the story. Dan, I couldn't save it because it expires. Well, I gotta go. I got some nuns that need mildly perturbing.
You have to highlight it.
That's what I'm gonna say. I'll highlight the story, so we'll do it that way. Well, you go mildly perturb those nuns. Thank you so much for stopping by, and hopefully I'll catch you again soon. Right. Um, should do everything as random. Fill the entire form with random ideas. We'll do a random one. Oh my god, the second one is called Hector Slaughter. And then we'll do one with yeah, we'll do a random one and then one that generates and then a random one. Proud Kate Platt. Kate Platt had always loved the cold. The cold Skegness with its embarrassed empty estuaries. Don't think there's that many estuaries in Skeggy, but never mind. It was a place where she felt unstable. She was a proud, callous wine drinker with short warts and curvy fingers. Her friends saw her as a dangerous, damp deity. Once she had even helped a pleasant kitten cross the road. That's the sort of woman she was. He was. That's the sort of woman he was. Kate walked over to the window and reflected on her picturesque surroundings. The hail pounded like singing goldfish. Don't think I've ever heard a goldfish sing, but never mind. Then she saw something in the distance, or rather, someone. It was the figure of Hector Slaughterhouse. Hector was a smart ogre with sticky walks and fluffy fingers. Kate gulped. She was not prepared for Hector. As Kate stepped outside and Hector came closer, she could see the stingy glint in his eye. Hector gazed with affection of the 8,530 incredible flamingos. Right, Dan.
Yeah.
If you do not look at me with the affection of 8,530 incredibly fair flamingos, our relationship is over. Has to be exactly that amount. I'll know if it's 8,529.
I'll have to do some research.
You're gonna have to do some research. He said in hushed tones, I want you. I love you, and I want internet access. What is with these stories and internet access? Kate looked back, even more ambivalent and still fingering the tattered rock. Hector, eat my shorts, she replied. They looked at each other with sleepy feelings, like two homeless high horses sleeping at a very grateful rave, which had reggae music playing in the background, and two brutal uncles talking to the beat. Kate regarded Hector's sticky warts and fluffy fingers. I feel the same way, revealed Kate with a delighted grin. Hector looked sparkly, his emotions blushing like a mute, magnificent map. Then Hector came inside for a nice glass of wine. The end. Voting and comments are only available on published work. Auto praise for proud Kate Platt. I feel like I know her. About as enjoyable. Oh my gosh. Alright, let's see what else we can do. Should we do a picture book? Oh my god, should we do a picture book? Let's do a picture book. Okay. What kind of picture what kind of illustrations do we want? Do you want watercolour, scrappy, pencil?
Manga.
Hmm?
Manga.
Manga. Okay, so a manga. The name of the protagonist. What's the name of our protagonist going to be?
Jeffrey.
Hmm?
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey. Shall I let you pick this one, Dan?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Jeffrey. What are your character's preferred pronouns?
It.
You've got she, her, he, his, they, their.
She.
She. Which of these characters best describe his, her, their physical presence?
Boy.
Boy, girl, man, woman, child, person, cat, dog, mouse, blobfish, rabbit, or horse.
Boy.
Boy. He's what boy?
She boy.
2 adjectives to describe your protagonist's physical appearance. Tall, short, blonde, ginger, brunette, black hair.
Ginger.
Ginger, and then what's the other one? Same options.
Do it again.
Tall, short, blonde, ginger, brunette, black haired.
Short.
Short. Something or someone that the protagonist might be looking for. Cat, dog, mouse, cow, horse, blobfish, hippo, car, truck, lorry, goose, digger.
Goose.
A goose. Things that the protagonist might stumble across whilst looking for the above. Cat, dog, mouse, cow, horse, blobfish, hippo, car, truck, lorry, goose, digger.
Another goose.
Another.
The second goose.
Okay, what else? You got another three options.
Another goose.
You just want him to bump into goose.
Yeah.
But just not the right goose.
Yeah.
Okay, and finally, what's your pen name?
IP freely. No, see more butts.
Jeffrey can't find her goose. Is that her goose? No, that's a 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 goose. Is that her goose? Yes, that's her goose. Would you like me to publish it?
That's the best story ever.
Well, it was easy for the bleeding AI generator. No wonder it was over with so quickly. You didn't need the two bloody pictures. Oh my gosh.
Jeffrey looks terrifying.
Jeffrey does look terrifying.
That looks like Rosie and Jim's inbred child.
Right. Okay, Bleach. This is your picture book. You can generate this now. What style illustration would you like? So we have watercolour, scrappy, pencil drawing, pop art, animation, needle felt, peg doll, and manga. Which one would you like? Animation. Okay. Would you like him to be called Jackass? Yeah, okay. What are your character's preferred pronouns, and which of these best describes their physical presence? So you've got she, her, he, his, they, their, and then the appearance you've got boy, girl, man, woman, child, person, cat, dog, mouse, blobfish, rabbit, or horse. Eat my chips while you decided. Horse. And which pronouns? Or does it not matter? Doesn't matter. Okay, I'll leave it as they then. So you get to pick 2 adjectives. So green, blue, red, yellow, purple, tall, short, or spiky. Purple. And which other one? Purple and green. So, what is something or someone that your horse is looking for? A cat, a dog, a mouse, a cow, a horse, a blobfish, a hippo, a car, a truck, a lorry, a goose, or a digger. A car. Okay. And you get to pick 4 things from this list. So, things that the protagonist might stumble across whilst looking for the above. We've got a cat, a dog, a mouse, a cow, a horse, blobfish, hippo, car, truck, lorry, goose, or digger. You get to pick 4. Is this a goose? No, it's a goose. Okay, a dog. A cat. A goose. And one more. And a horse. Okay. What do you want your pen name to be? You don't necessarily have to have one if you can't think of one. You got your beard. Oh, it's GA. Okay. Jackass can't find their car. Is that their car? Oh God. No, that's a dog. That's not a dog. I don't know what that is. It's not a dog. Is that their car? Okay, that at least looks like a cat. No, that's a cat. Is that their car? No, that's a goose. Is that their car? No, that's a horse. Is that their car? Oh gosh. Oh no. That car's seen something. Yes. That's their car. Oh dear lord. Let's make a meme. Just do a random one. Write me a meme. Mm-hmm. Copy and paste the following into your favourite social network. Everyone has a book in them. What's yours? Mike is a police officer from Moscow who goes on a quest to find a cursed coffee, but must first overcome a hippogriff version of Selena Gomez. Mike teams up with a superhero called Russell Man, whose special power is extreme running. Okay. Are Russell Man's services for hire? I could do with some help finding my own coffee. The dullest novel ever written. I'm so bored of stories set in Moscow that feature police officer called Mike. I'm going to have to rush out and buy this book. I can totally see a hippogriff version of Selena Gomez. Glad you can, because I can't. I once knew somebody called Mike. Sigh. Oh my god. Opening line. 10 opening line. So I suppose you want to ask me why I left him. Let's write me an opening line. People trust me with their doggies. They shouldn't. Maeve had grown accustomed to killing at least 7 vampires a year. 566,580 people died that Tuesday, but the vampires didn't have to be our enemies. Xander had grown accustomed to baking cookies on Mondays. Oh my god, yeah, write me some more. These are hilarious. 51 years old and I've never missed anyone as much as I miss Dag Bajot. Suppose you want to ask me how I did it. He hadn't been known as Saul since Monday. If I could change one thing, it would be sharpening that knife. What happened? Dear reader, I wish I could tell you that it ends well. That's a good one. Every spring, I visited my wife until the year I committed my first crime. Dallas had been without the flu since it happened. Since what happened? I'm invested. So I suppose you want to ask me how I killed him. I don't know, maybe. Fairy tales. OMG. Right, okay, let's go for it. Let's do one with Isaac. An adjective to describe your little hero. Mischievous. A type of animal, a.g. bear. We'll go with dog. How many of the animals will be? Five. Five dogs. An adjective describing the animals in this story. Hairy, scary, not one relating to size. Okay. Stupid. The name of a forest, woodland, or park nearby. Well, they've put Sherwood Forest. Let's go with Sherwood Forest. The hero's favourite cuddly toy. Cactuar. A friend of a family member of the hero. Mike Wazowski. Who is a male. His or her relationship to the hero. Bullying uncle. Purple. An item of clothing. Dungarees. Because dungarees is there. A healthy vegetable, plural. Yeah, we'll go with carrots. 5 unhealthy foods. Sweets. Cookies. Put Dan in the story, please. Okay. Dan Wazowski. Bullying dad. So sweets, cookies, biscuits, crisps, burgers. There we go. Write me a fairy tale. Let's see what it comes up with. Isaac Mayer and the 5 Stupid Dogs. Once upon a time, there was a mischievous boy called Isaac Mayer. He was on the way to see his bullying dad, Dan Wazowski, and he decided to take a shortcut through Sherwood Forest. It wasn't long before Isaac got lost. He looked around, but all he could see were trees. Nervously, he felt into his bag for his favourite toy, Cactuar, but Cactuar was nowhere to be seen. Isaac began to panic. He felt sure he had packed Cactuar. To make matters worse, he was starting to feel hungry. Unexpectedly, he saw a stupid dog dressed in a purple dungarees disappearing into the trees. How odd, thought Isaac. For the want of anything better to do, he decided to follow the peculiarly dressed dog. Perhaps it could tell him the way out of the forest. Eventually, Isaac reached a clearing. He found himself stood by houses made from different sorts of food. There was a house made from carrots, a house made from sweets, a house made from cookies, a house made from biscuits, a house made from crisps, and a house made from burgers. Isaac could feel his tummy rumbling. Looking at the houses did nothing to ease his hunger. "Hello," he called. "Is anyone there?" Nobody replied. Isaac looked at the roof of the closest house and wondered if it would be rude to eat someone else's chimney. Probably. Obviously, it would be impolite to eat a whole house, but perhaps it could be considered acceptable to nibble the odd fixture or lick the odd fitting in a time of need. A cackle broke through the air, giving Isaac a fright. A witch jumped into the space in front of the houses. She was carrying a cage. In that cage was Cactuar. "Cactuar!" shouted Isaac. He turned to the witch. "That's my toy." The witch just shrugged. "Give Cactuar back," cried Isaac. "Not on your Nelly," said the witch. "At least let Cactuar out of the cage." Before she could reply, 5 stupid dogs rushed in from a footpath on the other side of the clearing. Isaac recognised the one in the purple dungarees that he'd seen earlier. The witch seemed to recognise him too. "Hello, big dog," said the witch. "Good morning." The dog noticed Cactuar. "Who's this?" "That's Cactuar," explained the witch. "Oh, Cactuar would look lovely in my house. Give it to me," demanded the dog. The witch shook her head. "Cactuar is staying with me." Excuse me," and Isaac interrupted. "The Cactuar lives with me and not in a cage." Big Dog ignored him. "Is there nothing you'll trade?" he asked the witch. The witch thought for a moment, and then said, I do like to be entertained. I'll release him to anybody who can eat a whole front door. Big Dog looked at the house made from burgers and said, No problem, I could eat an entire house made from burgers if I wanted to. That's nothing, said the big dog. I could eat 2 houses. There's no need to show off, said the witch. Just eat one front door and I'll let you have Cactuar. Isaac watched, feeling very worried. He didn't want the witch to give Cactuar to Big Dog. He didn't think Cactuar would like living with a stupid dog away from his house and all his other toys. The four dogs watched while Big Dog put on his bib and withdrew a knife and fork from his pocket. I'll eat this whole house, said Big Dog. Just you watch. Big Dog pulled off a corner of the front door of the house made from sweets. He gulped it down, smiling, and went back for more, and more, and more. Eventually, Big Dog started to get bigger. Just a little bit bigger at first, but after a few more forkfuls of sweets, he grew to the size of a large snowball, and he was every bit as round. I don't feel good, said Big Dog. Suddenly, he started to roll. He'd grown so round he could no longer balance. Help! He cried as he rolled off down the slope into the forest. Big Dog never finished eating the front door made from sweet, and Cactuar remained trapped in the witch's cage. Average Dog stepped up and approached the house made from cookies. I'll eat this whole house, said Average Dog. Just you watch. Is this literally just like, oh my god. Right, we'll skip that. That's too much even for me. I don't think so, said a voice. It was the woodcutter. Basically, they've all eaten it, they've all failed, and the kids managed to do it. I don't think so, said a voice. It was the woodcutter. He walked back into the clearing carrying his axe. This little boy won fair and square. Now hide over Cactuar, or I'll chop your broomstick in half. The witch looked horrified. She grabbed her broomstick and placed it behind her. Then, huffing, she opened the door of the cage. Isaac hurried over and grabbed Cactuar, checking that his favourite toy was all right. Fortunately, Cactuar was unharmed. Isaac thanked the woodcutter, grabbed a quick souvenir, and hurried on to meet Dan. It was starting to get dark. When Isaac got to the Dan's house, his bullying dad threw his arms around him. I was so worried, cried Dad. You're very late. As Isaac described his day, he could tell Dan didn't believe him, so he grabbed a napkin from his pocket. What's that? He asked. Isaac unwrapped a doorknob made from sweets. Pudding, he said. Dan almost fell off his chair. That was a bit too much. I prefer the short. I prefer the shorter ones. What we got? Write me some twists. What's the twists? Lauren Platt was just using Kathy Butterscotch for company. The narrator is unreliable and half the plot never happens. The whole thing is not a story about a brainwashing. It is not a story, but a brainwashing tool used by the government. Kathy Butterscotch used to be a spy, but didn't realise that she had been suffering from amnesia. It's really the year 2598. Lauren Platt and Chantal Clifford are both manifestations of Kathy Butterscotch's subconscious. Kathy Butterscotch was switched with another baby at birth. Chantal Clifford faked her own disappearance. Lauren Platt has been a con artist all along. The whole thing is actually an origin story for a well-known franchise. The beginning of the story was staged by Lauren Platt to teach Kathy Butterscotch a lesson. Kathy Butterscotch is not really dead. Earth has been destroyed and they're all living in a virtual reality. Chantal Clifford isn't really a twin. Lauren Platt has secret powers resulting from being bitten by a flea. The person we think is the villain is actually working for a bigger villain. Lauren Platt poisoned Kathy Butterscotch at the beginning of the story, and it's taken the whole story to take effect. Chantal Clifford has been dead all along. Chantal Clifford is the head of a criminal organisation they've been fighting. During the course of the story, Kathy Butterscotch picked up the secret to eternal life, therefore doesn't die. Nice. Oh my god, dating profile generator. Oh my god, yes. Yeah. Write me a dating profile. Yeah, it's a really long so. Oh, are your feet fat enough for my amazing arms? That's how you start a dating profile. A wise wizard once said, words are, in my not so humble opinion, our most inexhaustible source of magic. With that in mind, to only the best people out there, I am a charming, kind woman who likes nothing more than than stamp collecting with the right person and socialising with my good mate Terry Hatch, who admires my smart qualities. None of my current partners understand. Well, that's something that you need to have a conversation about. Apparently, they're already in several relationships. I need to meet somebody special, somebody I really connect with. The first thing people usually notice about me is my helpful personality, followed closely by my smashing arms. I can be a jerk when I don't know people well. With body parts like my arms and my legs, I can afford to be. I work as a hairdresser helping blind people. This allows me to exercise my skills, investigating crooks and responsible. I'm sorry, how? One day, I was just about to start work when Terry Hatcher appeared from nowhere and congratulated me on a job well done. Looking for love, that was a job well done. That's the kind of thing that people say to me on a daily basis. Of course, now Terry Hatcher and me are best friends, and the praise runs like water. A lesser person would get a big head. My life goals include receive a telegram from an owl. I get that. I'm still waiting for my Hogwarts letter. Shoot a follow up to the perfume advert I star in. Become the best hairdresser I can be. If you're the right person for me, you'll be lovable and generous. You won't be afraid to meet my parents and will have a healthy respect for honesty. My ideal date would involve socializing in New York with a hairy person by my side. Whilst we're there, I evaluate your fat feet, checking that you're up to my understandably high standards. People only get one chance with me. For every person who displeases me, there are another 111 waiting in the wings to replace you. And I'll leave you with a quote from the one and only Harry Potter. It seems as though I always knew I'd have to face him in the end. If you're worthy, get in touch. Excuse. Oh my god, yes. We all need to use this to get out of work. All need to use this. These stories, I have no idea. Write me an excuse. My uncle had spare ribs and I found an elderly pigeon in the road. And there's an inspirational photograph to go with it. I'm sorry I didn't send you a message. I was just on the way to the restaurant when I heard the news from the radio that a virus had wiped out all computers. I decided to send you a message anyway, as you're important to me, and I feel we've really made a connection. But then I heard from my gran that my uncle had been taken to hospital, suffering from spare ribs. Even then, I still tried to send you a message. But I was just about to contact you when my grandpa called, having heard about my uncle and wanting to check I was okay. My grandpa said, I know you want to do the right thing by this boy, but your uncle is in hospital and might not last the night. Some spare ribs. Gutted, I went to hospital and sat with my uncle for a bit. I guess I must have talked about you a lot because my uncle looked at me and whispered, This boy is special. You need to nurture this. So I said my goodbyes. It was a bit tear jerking, but I got through it, keeping your winning smile at the forefront of my mind. I left the hospital so I could send you a message, but to my surprise, I saw an elderly pigeon lying in the road. I stopped to help it, naturally. By the time I got away, it was almost midnight. I don't like to blow my own trumpet, But I like to think I saved that elderly pigeon. I only hope it's not at the expense of our friendship. So I'm sorry I didn't send you a message. I hope you won't kick off when I'm in such a fragile state, worried for my uncle's life. What do you think? Can you give an old fool another chance? Yes. You saved an elderly pigeon. How can I not? Oh dear lord. That is hilarious. Come on, write me an opening message. Sorry, let me finish my. Could you be that special, adorable, but not forgettable one for a caring painter? Hey, how are you? I read your profile and you sound adorable. Are you interested in stamp collecting? What is this AI's obsession with stamp collecting? It's one of my favourite pastimes. If you've seen my profile, you'll know I'm malicious. You'll notice I have ample arms. I hope these won't be a problem for you. Wow. Looking through your photos, you look very fluffy and extremely ugly. I particularly like your scrawny abs. Anybody who's single, let me reassure you, never start a dating message in this way. Never. You're not forgetful though, are you? I don't think so, but from your profile, I can't quite be sure. I'm not really after someone forgetful, so please put me out of my misery. Let me tell you a funny story that happened to me today. I took my monkey Rocky to the vet and said, "My monkey is cross-eyed. Is there anything you can do for her?" Already a hilarious story. "Well," said the vet, "let's have a look at her." So he picked Rocky up and examined her eyes, then took her temperature. Eventually he said, "I'm going to have to put her down." Hilarious. Naturally, I was horrified. "You're going to put her down just because she's cross-eyed?" "No, because she's really heavy." Oh, I'm gonna have to I hope put her down on the floor. Seriously though, I've had a great day helping old ladies. My job as a painter is really rewarding. I'm told I'm a very caring person. Come out with me this weekend, and I'll show you how caring I can be. Love from Looking from Love. P.S. There's a small chance I might already be romantically entangled. If this is a problem for you, please give me plenty of notice. Right, Dan. Daniel. Dan. Do you want to create a dating profile?
What?
Do you want to create a dating profile?
Why is this a hint that you break it up with me?
No, it's just because they're hilarious.
Okay.
Which one?
Okay, who is it? What kind of profile would you like to create? Arrogant.
Yeah. Who are you?
Man.
Who are you seeking?
Anybody.
Are you currently in a relationship, in multiple
In
relationships?
multiple relationships.
Two adjectives you might just use to describe your your physical characteristics.
Lumpy. um, and scaly.
3 adjectives you might use to describe your personality.
Narcissistic.
Oh gosh, narcissistic. I don't think that's how you spell narcissistic.
No, but depraved. Sociopathic.
What are 2 parts of your body that you are most happy with?
My small intestine.
Yeah.
You put intestine.
Oh.
and fingers.
Okay, 2 hobbies.
Peg collecting. And train surfing. One extreme to the other.
What is your job?
Teach guitar to ants. Teacher of ants.
Who does? Oh, actually, you could pop it there. So, teacher of guitar. Who does your job help?
Ants.
What skills do you have?
Taxidermy.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think. And I don't know. I'm trying to think of something ridiculous. Iron forging. Iron forging.
What's your favourite place?
Inglemouse.
Ingold.
Ingold.
Ingold, yeah.
Ingold. No, I. No.
How important is monogamy to you?
Keep going. Somewhat.
Which do you prefer?
It's a bit boring. Any of them, because none of them are ridiculous.
Go with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
2 adjectives you would use to describe the physical characteristics of your ideal mate.
Rotund.
And
flexible. Very stretchy.
2 positive adjectives you would use to describe the personality of your ideal mate.
Depressed. And narcoleptic.
I swear you're just doing this to test my freaking spelling.
Yeah.
What is your favourite part of a mate's body?
Left nostril. No, the left one.
Which says he sees you.
Hi. It's just left nostril.
Use an adjective to describe your ideal example of that body part.
Hairy.
Hairy. Something your ideal partner is not afraid to do.
Kayak in a sewer.
Something you think people should respect.
Lamps.
Finally, who's the most famous celebrity you've ever met?
Jimmy Savile.
Write me a date.
Oh, you should have given me a screen name.
Oh, it doesn't matter. A dating profile for adorable 99, and I think that's close enough. Is your left nostril hairy enough for my amazing small intestines? I love the little picture that's come up as well. Peter Parker once said, "You don't trust anyone, that's your problem, but you can trust me." To only the best people out there, I'm a depraved kind of man who likes nothing more than peg collecting with the right person and socialising with my good mate Jimmy Savile, who admires my sociopathic qualities.
Bits.
None of my current partners understand me. I need to meet somebody special, somebody I really connect with. The first thing people usually notice about me is my narcissistic personality, closely followed by my smashing small intestines. I can be a jerk when I don't know people well. With body parts like my small intestines and my fingers, I can afford to be. I work as a teacher of guitar helping ants. This allows me to exercise my skills, taxidermy and iron forging. One day I was just about to stop work when Jimmy Savile appeared from nowhere and congratulated me on a job well done. Adorable 99, that was a job well done. That's the kind of thing people say to me on a daily basis. Of course, now Jimmy Savile and me are best friends, and the praise runs like water. A lesser man would get a big head. My life goals include use a spider web as a parachute, shoot a follow-up to the perfume advert I star in, become the best teacher of guitar I can be. If you're the right person for me, you'll be depressed and not You won't be afraid to kayak in a sewer, and we'll have a healthy respect for lamps. My ideal date would involve train surfing at Inglemells with a stretchy person by my side. While we're there, I evaluate your hairy left nostril, checking you're up to my understandably high standards. People only get one chance with me. For every person who displeases me, there are another 111 waiting in the wings to replace you. Go web, fly up, up and away. Shazam, go, 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 web, go. Tally ho. If you're worthy, get in touch. Adorable 19.
I think it says adorable egg.
Oh yeah, adorable egg.
Well,
oh, adorable GG.
Hit me up, anybody out there.
Yeah. Anyone that meets those...
Anybody who meets those requirements, I am accepting applications.
Let me know. Okay.
A dating profile.
Yeah. We'll do one more. We'll do one more and then I'm going to have to leave it for today. And so I've got Genshin bits to get done. The rain that hammered like hopping donkeys. Sarah Humble had always loved pretty Plymouth with its orange open oceans. It was a place where she felt sparkly. She was a lovable tea drinker with squat walls and chubby toenails. Her friends saw her as a cautious, clean coward. Once she had even jumped into a river and saved a curious toddler. That's the sort of woman he was. Sarah walked over to the window and reflected on her damp surroundings. The rain hammered like hopping donkeys. Then she saw something in the distance. Or rather, someone. It was the figure of Nadine England. Nadine was a witty banker with pink warts and slimy toenails. Sarah Gould.
You got debated. Hey. You got debated. You got debated. Debated.
Sarah gulped. She was not prepared for Nadine. As Sarah stepped outside and Nadine came closer, she could see the flabby smile on her face. I'm here because I want a kiss, Nadine bellowed in a splendid tone. She slammed her fist against Sarah's chest with a force of 3,153 frogs. I friggin' love you, Sarah Humbug. Sarah looked back, even more fuzzy and still fingering the enchanted kettle. Nadine, let's move in together, she replied. They looked at each other with ecstatic feeling, like two decaying, depressed donkeys chatting at a very mean dinner party, which had indie music playing in the background and two wild uncles swimming to the beat. Sarah studied Nadine's pink warts and slimy toenails. Eventually she took a deep breath. I'm sorry, but I can't give you a kiss, she explained in pitying tones. Nadine looked cross, her body raw like a ripe red ruler. Sarah could actually hear Nadine's body shatter into 3,000 pieces. Then the witty banker hurried away into the distance. Not even a cup of tea would calm Sarah's nerves tonight. The end. And on. I'm going to do one now. I wanted to know what this was. Bobertson III can't find his digger. Oh, they didn't give me a thing for Bobertson. Is that his digger? No, that's a horse. Is that his digger? No, that's a truck. Is that his digger? No, that's a hippo. Is that his digger? No, that's a cow. Is that his digger? Yes, that's his digger. That's a dog. um, no. Show me the blobfish. Show me the blobfish. I want to see them do a blobfish. Right, so I think maybe that didn't quite work. Alright, blobfish. I wonder whether dog, mouse, horse. I wonder if it's struggling with the idea. Yeah, it can't do a blobfish. Okay, that's pretty cool though. The artwork's interesting. That's not a digger. Do we need to explain to AI what a digger is? Because that's not it. Oh my god, let's do a poem.
Get down.
A quick poem. Alright.
Is it a lucky poem?
Write me a poem. It doesn't know what blobfish is.
Fish made of blobs.
The Silly and Able Cheetah, a poem by Anon. Whose cheetah is that? I think I know. Its owner is quite happy though. Full of joy, like a vivid rainbow. I watch him laugh, I cry hello. He gives his cheetah a shake and laughs until her belly aches. The only other sounds the break of distant waves and birds awake. The cheetah is silly, able, and deep, but he has promises to keep. After cake and lots of sleep, sweet dreams will come to him cheap. He rises from his gentle bed, with thoughts of kittens in his head. He eats his jam with lots of bread, ready for the day ahead. Auto praise for the silly and able cheetah. I can really relate to this. My cheetah is also silly, able, and deep. I feel sure I read a poem a bit like this last week. Enid Kipler. Yay, kittens! That's probably my reaction. What an evocative poem. It really conveys happiness. I wanted to cry after reading this poem, and it wasn't hello. Tell you what, Because I know I've spent a lot on this one because I thought it was funny. So let me put that in. I'm going to be finishing in a minute anyway. Several months later, we travelled with the staff of the Colby's Children's Hospital to another Kenyan safari park. Our hotel was on a cliff overlooking the Indian Ocean with wildlife viewing room. How to effectively right, try to include these words. Say goodbye and start at the beginning. Oh my god. It's generating a lot. Okay, so in the viewing room in the centre of the lodge. At the time of our departure, we thought we were saying goodbye to the Colby staff, but the people of Nairobi pulled the rug out from under us. One night, a whole herd of elephants walked right in front of the hotel's open glass doors as we sat drinking our drinks. Each elephant sat and drank as it relaxed in the cool night breeze, continuing their intimate conversations with one another. I looked out of the glass doors. How could we possibly leave these elephants, along with the Kenyan people who loved us and the children who so needed us? Back in Colby, we threw the final goodbye parties. The chairs were set upon the lawn in front of the hospital. People came by with a piece of cake, a funny joke, and hugs.
That's quite cute.
That is genuinely quite cute. Okay, so as I mentioned at the beginning, I now have a stream deck. So there's certain things that I want to try. So for instance, if I go onto this, if I press this button, my Be Right Back screen comes up. If I go back to main, my main screen comes back up. I've also got a thing on here for clipping. If I wanted to clip a certain bit, then I can. I think if I press this, I can give a shout out to. I can give a shout out to Bleach. So yeah, the shout out basically tells me, I think, whoever is currently in chat or who has been in chat, and I can give them a specific shout out, which is freaking awesome. Oh, you see, look, it tells me who I can shout out.
Oh, cool.
So that's all tied into that. So I can give a shout out to Moon.
That's cool.
Mama Pookie. Oh, I love these names. Looking for eager. I'm dead. Y'all need to chill with these names. We have a pig number 2.
Wait, let's start.
Alice. You already have one. You have plastic.
And then I can also give a shout out to the Big Lebowski. Chabowski. Okay, so that's something that I've got set up on here as well, and I can exit. I've also got a timer. I don't quite know how. Okay, so they're not 100% tied in. I've got it linked to Discord as well. So if I'm so in future, if I'm streaming with the Sorry Girl and Lovage, which I do plan on doing again because I recently downloaded Back for Blood, then I can mute myself on Discord, so I can still talk to you guys without interrupting their stream, which is awesome. I also have. I'm not quite sure how well this works. Ah, okay, so that bit does work. So I can, yes, exactly. You can do the shout out as well. But it's good to know exactly how it works. But I can also decide that I can. So I've got the sweary to beat myself out. I don't remember what that one was actually. I think that was a soundboard, but I don't think I have anything on there at the moment. And then the most important thing, and this is the thing that I want to try, seeing as I'm here, is I have it linked to who is live. So in theory, what should happen is I suppress them and I should be able to go and raid them. So let me see how that works. And then in which case that should make my streaming a hell of a lot easier. So let's see who's online. Sparkles. Let's go and raid Sparkles. So it comes up with a little image of who's currently on. So let's go raid Sparkles. Or is that just actually telling me... Okay, so that's not raiding. That is just bringing up a web page with them on. Okay, that's fine. I'll have to probably have maybe a look at that. But I can see who's on, which is awesome. So we are gonna go raid Sparkles Wolf. They are currently playing Apex Legends, which is awesome. So thank you so much for watching. This has been absolutely hilarious. I have loved every minute of doing this. This has been fantastic. I will be back tomorrow, and I will be back earlier than what you're probably expecting because I'm not at work tomorrow. No, I have not put a day in at work so I can play so I can play the Hogwarts Legacy game.
She has. Don't listen to her.
I have put the day in because Isaac has an appointment at round about 11:15. So once
She
they have
arranged for the day
finished.
that Harry Potter comes out.
So once that's been and gone, and he's gone to bed and they've gone, I do intend to start streaming Hogwarts Legacy. So thank you for Bleach and Kitty for persuading me in the end to actually go for it and just see what happens. But yeah, so I will see you tomorrow on the flip side. Say bye-bye. See you soon. Take care. Love you to you all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for chatting. Thank you for helping me create these absolutely hilarious stories. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.